For the would-be advanced astral traveller, the one who wishes to experience inner travel, the journeying within to the place where within and without become one, and experience travelling through the vast expanse of the one mind, of your true mind, the mind of God. The doorways to oneness with Source as a direct experience whilst still incarnated within the separation experience of physicality. For these individuals, we provide triggers, keys, and golden tickets, if you will, to assist you to unlock the doorways, pass through gateways, and find the Holy Grail. We begin now with our communication. We begin by utilizing ancient metaphor and terminology universally understood by the collective matrix, the memory fields of all humanity, triggers held within your DNA. We begin whilst presenting the journey, or an example of the journey, by adding these ancient metaphors and DNA triggers through words, sound, and frequency. The astral experience may begin as what you know as a lucid dream, the awareness that one is dreaming. The levels of lucidity vary, and one may find an object or a symbol within the dream experience that acts as a trigger to the astral experience. One may hold a phrase within, or see a colour, or simply have a feeling unique to them. These triggers bring one back into the perception of the physical body and thus the direct movement into the perception of the astral body. There are individuals who will themselves out of body directly, bypassing the lucid dream experience and moving directly into the singular perception of the astral body. The singular perception is the phrase we use to refer to the experience of existing in one body, just as you experience in your waking state. The true reality, beyond the perception of physicality within the waking state, is that of the energy matrix, the web of consciousness that expands beyond the perimeters of the body and shows an awareness of space and time in a wider sense. One may feel that they are becoming one with the collective consciousness. This can be experienced seemingly randomly, although this is never the case in actuality, or through directed, focused, intentional experience. One can experience the collective consciousness of a particular group, of animals, plants, rocks, crystals, Earth itself, and humanity, and indeed beyond what you know as humanity. These experiences are aspects of advanced astral travel. We use the word advanced not to suggest that one has graduated beyond a level of others. We use the term advanced only to present the differences between fear-based lower astral experience and love-based higher astral experience, and indeed all the harmonics in between. All these experiences are just as important as the other, just as necessary as the other, for all result in learning, growth, and expansion. Whilst detaching from fear emotions within the astral experience in order to experience the higher astral is important, each experience mirrors one's own inner vibration at that particular time in one's reality. Each astral experience is a clue to one's emotional state, physical state, equilibrium, health, balance, and spiritual expansion. Each astral experience, when embraced with acceptance, just as all other challenges are embraced, is a trigger to that expansion. Therefore, in actuality, all astral travel is advanced. We use the term beginner for those who have not yet found the connection between the astral journeying and their own physical life and self. those who perhaps reject the experience as it does not fit with their perception of a physical human experience. Yet for these individuals, the astral experience itself is just as important as the higher experiences are to the consciously awakened. The advanced astral traveller is the one who utilizes astral travel and out-of-body experience as a spiritual tool like any other, and it is just that. In actuality, the ability to astrally travel is a byproduct, if you will, of expansion. When one walks a conscious, spiritual path in life, one creates the organic human template within, and this is the state of constant growth and expansion and awareness of it. The organic human template is perhaps known best within humanity's awareness as the genius, something that is perceived as most rare. Indeed, in your planet's timeline, communicating with you now, coming up to the solstice point in your year of 2014, this has indeed been most rare. Yet as those who are connected to the grid, if you will know, this is no longer the case in your timeline. In actuality, there have always been a great many geniuses, if you will, that have not been recorded in your physical texts and files. These geniuses are what we refer to as the organic human. One byproduct of experiencing reality for the organic human is to experience reality, which is, from your perspective, multi-layered and multifaceted. Indeed, it is multidimensional. And thus we return then to advanced astral travel and the triggers, keys and codes to assist you with this experience. For the words spoken within the waking state act as triggers to experiencing out-of-body travel. Physical triggers are also much needed, and sunlight, adequate sleep, clean nutrition and utilization of crystals are just 4 triggers of major importance that we can mention. There are many others. The triggers of the spoken word, the higher metaphor entering one's reality and thought process, and the visualizations that accompany the words and thoughts are what we speak of now. If one is directly out of body through accident, if you will, or focused intention, one may look for the object within the astral experience. Finding a doorway to open and projecting one's intention of what one shall find beyond the door works well. Finding a box and projecting one's intention of what one shall find in that box also works most well. One can choose in that moment to stay and explore one's surroundings, for that in itself is a valuable astral experience. Or one can choose to visit, if you will, another place, perhaps another location on planet, or go off planet and explore the cosmos and travel to other planetary systems or other dimensions. When one chooses to visit an on-planet location, one can utilize one's own wings or transportation devices provided by one's guidance system, such as a hot air balloon. Vast distances, or rather perceived vast distances, can be covered this way. Underwater travel is also possible, and the many dimensions and realities deep under the astral oceans are a delight for the advanced astral traveller to explore. Fear of not being able to breathe underwater is natural, for it is not an easy switch for the mind when shifting between physical and non-physical awareness when holding a perception of body. However, the advanced astral traveller learns swiftly and with trust, with the knowledge that one is guided, protected and loved, with the knowledge that this experience is the way it is for the human in balance. Then, with trust, one can move under the water to find the warmth of the water-like substance is most pleasant, and one can indeed breathe. There are dream cases where individuals perceive within the dream state that they are underwater and cannot breathe, and they swim to the top of the water and then begin to breathe, often waking up from their dream at that point. This is not the same as underwater astral travel. The human brain makes sense of internal terrain through the dream landscape, leading to this experience. Astral awareness is a conscious awareness of one's consciousness being at one with all things. The astral terrain is there as an experience of that oneness from the point of separation, and is not terrain created from the same point of perception as the brain making sense of the internal dream terrain. The higher mind directs the astral terrain. Therefore, it is the you that is or are we that directs the astral terrain, that which you know as the higher self. If one wishes to travel vast distances across the same planet quickly, then there are various other modes of transport. Sometimes flying objects and perceived light ships or spaceships are utilized, but these usually transport you off-planet. Portals are usually instant modes of transportation from one point to another, and can be found, or rather created, within walls, floors, grass, doorways, trees, and rocks. The portal transportation experience brings much learning in itself, as one finds they become more adept at using this form of transportation the more often they use it. Reality is not always what it seems when existing within astral terrain. Remembering that you are the creator of this entire reality will assist you with maneuvering and navigating this space. Surrender to one's guidance system and asking for assistance with an open heart will always result in assistance. To experience perceived other planets, then lightship travel or portal transportation can be utilized. One of the most profound aspects of astral travel from your perspective in physicality is that of the vortex. One may also perceive this as a tunnel or a wormhole. Indeed, a wormhole is exactly what it is. A bridge within the perception of one's consciousness that links you from one place to another. Using the doorway visualization within a lucid dream can often get you to the point of experiencing the vortex if one intends that matrix travel, vortex travel, or becoming one with the crystalline grid is what one shall find behind the doorway. Yet usually this is a direct out-of-body experience. Sometimes this can be perceived as the feeling of falling through the vortex and landing in a particular place. But more often, it is a feeling of rising upward, floating, many times perceiving a matrix of colour, often blue, violet or indigo, as the third eye pineal gland chakra moves into the higher activation, or white or silver, as one passes through the crown chakra point. Once the crown chakra is fully activated, the bright white light is visualized, and one has the perception of moving through this. The bright white light may look like a portal opening in front of you for you to step into, if you will, or it may be above you as you float through it and merge with it. Do not be surprised if at this point you stop and hesitate before moving into the white light. Do not be surprised if at this point you return to the waking state. This is most normal, if you will, as the complete surrender one must experience here in order to enter the white light is not something one can always find easily. Again, we remind you of how this mirrors your own life. There is also an inbuilt alert presenting as caution, suspicion, or wariness within indigo individuals regarding entering white light. Within your reality, one can be presented with false white light. This is part of the indigo makeup. This is a whole other subject entirely, but know this: if one feels love, bliss, peace, trust, and most of all alignment, then one is merging with the higher white light of Source and has activated the crown chakra in balance. There is no right or wrong here, no failure or success. Dream working, or rather dream walking, is a skill to be mastered and takes time. There are those who are adepts at this, who enter the white light immediately and without hesitation. These individuals are master dreamwalkers who hold active memory codons within their DNA of having mastered this before in other incarnations. Yet even master dreamwalkers may hesitate when first presented with the white light, crown chakra activation, full theta brainwave patterning in their current incarnation. If one can find the trust, the love, the surrender, the complete oneness with one's guidance system, then one experiences reality from the direct point of the higher self aspect. When one does this, then perceived moving into the white light and through the white light will undoubtedly occur. If returning to the waking state takes place at this point, then disappointment will only serve to block you from this happening again quickly in your linear reality. However, if the feeling of disappointment assists you with growth and learning, then it is of itself a useful tool for your expansion. And be assured, once the crown chakra activation has consciously occurred and the white light has been experienced, then so it shall be again. If joy, wonder, and gladness is experienced upon waking after experiencing the white light, then so much the sooner in your linear reality shall you experience this again. Continuing through the white light brings with it a myriad of experiences unique to the individual. Once the full theta activation has taken place, one utilizes the thought process and the creative process directly from the higher self vantage point, the God self, source self perspective. Often, a tingling feeling throughout one's entire body that many within physicality would describe as ecstasy is felt within the white light. This is nirvana, the promised land, paradise, bliss-charged love, heaven reality that you have found and are experiencing. The Holy Grail, the golden sword, the chariot of light, the Merkaba lightship, the angelic self. It becomes most challenging to put into words and language the next stages of travel after the white light has been passed through. At first, this full theta activation may only be held for a short time, if you will, in a perceived linear sense. Perception of actual time changes when the full theta activation takes place. Through the white light, the initial gateway, there is the unique subjective perception of God self-activation that awaits you. This we refer to as beyond the theta, as you enter brainwave states that are unseen and invisible to those who research and study these brainwaves with their technology. The organic human is multidimensional and cannot be measured by linear measuring devices. We, the white-winged collective consciousness of 9, would do you a disservice to explain the levels and layers of dimensional travel beyond the white light, For your subjective experience must remain pure, if you will, and without expectation in order for you to receive the full activation and full experience your soul requires. It would be like giving you a spoiler, if you will, of your favourite show or media film. So whilst we cannot focus in on any particular experience beyond the white light, we can give you trigger points, clues, keys, codes and invitations that will assist you in reaching these nirvana states and understanding your processing of them when you do. Remember, these experiences are available for all, for each and every one of you, for all humanity on earth. But they are not a given. Living a clean life, moving through fragmentation of self, releasing, integrating, nutrition, meditation, connection, all these are intrinsic to the activation of the Merkaba and the higher chakras. This is the experience of the light body, the rainbow body, the golden body, golden self, golden light. We give to you now, as we have been giving since we began this communication, the keys, the codes, the triggers and the invitations we speak of. You may repeat the following out loud if you wish, as a trigger and as assistance to your astral travel experience. Moving through the white light, the bright white inner sun, crown chakra self, one holds the ultimate sense of self and no sense of self. Losing oneself to find oneself, one moves through oneness, becomes oneness, is oneness. One has no body, even whilst experiencing the body. One is at one with one's surroundings. One is truly all things. One is the white light. Moving into my I am presence, I am the white light. I am that I am in all myselves, as my God self, source self, I am the white light. I break through, I see myself, I see how God made man in his own image. I see the electrical impulses of the golden vortex and I know this is me. This is the God self, this is source. Nirvana presents breaking through the golden light, opening to a reality of my choosing. A reality of my choosing. For I am all and everything, and I take that point from utter humility, only with love. Always with love. Unconditional love, for I know as I am all and everything, so too are all my brothers and sisters. I feel them all. I love them all. I embrace them all in the safe, wondrous, expansive, golden state of God Source consciousness. The golden vortex allows me to choose the dimension I experience. The heaven dimensions, the Garden of Eden, the flowers, the cherubs, the stone steps leading to stone baths full of holy water, purification of self. This reality, this dimension in the clouds. I behold my body of light, my rainbow body, my golden self as I exist in this state of oneness with all things, seeing reality for the first time with the wonder and innocence of a child, yet truly through the eyes of Source. I am the Master Dreamwalker, returned, with full memory of who and what I am, and I rejoice in this. We rejoice in this. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. Gateways within, gateways within, gateways within, gateways within. Come with me on a euphoric voyage.